Hello and welcome to the Slingshot channel. As you see, I have a guest today, Jessie. Welcome, Jessie.
Hello.
So Jessie, you asked me to come and film with me, which I really love. Tell me a little bit about you. What you're doing. What you're up to.
I'm really addicted to fitness.
It's very obvious.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm into bodybuilding too, so I do it a little bit more professional, and I'm also I'm also shooting with guns sometimes. I love it. I really love it. Yes, and then I've seen your channel. I've seen your videos, and it's so interesting for me to shoot with your guns.
Yeah, that's why I wanted Jessie to come and really shoot with me, because as you know, I had a lot of guests here and also a lot of females, but it's always the problem that if you shoot muscle powered weapons, you need muscle, otherwise it's not going to be a very powerful weapon. So since Jessie obviously is very fit and very strong, I really would love to see how she can handle crossbows and bows and use them effectively as a weapon. Because I'm absolutely sure that if you can't do it, no woman can do it.
Thank you.
So we'll find out, and I have prepared bows and crossbows that are really light, so I'm absolutely certain that you can handle them. But I also brought the stuff that you use to bring down big game, and I mean really big game, like Cape buffalo. And we'll see how Jessie's going to handle those.
I'm really excited.
Yes, and we are also going to shoot air guns today, but probably air guns that you haven't shot yet, just because they're sometimes so new and so exciting. So I would say let's jump right in.
Yes, let's go.
So before we continue, Jessie, I understand that your social media is under the name Viking Vanity.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So, and if you want to see more of her, I put all the links down there so you can check out her Instagram and all the other social media pages.
Yes.
And I think it's worth it. Okay, so we are starting with a really lightweight weapon,
Yes.
which is something that a lot of people buy for their girlfriends and wives, just because it is really compact, it's not hard to cock, and it's still a serious weapon. I would say it's the lightest weapon that you can still call effective, specifically if you don't load them with the training arrows that we're going to use today, but with hunting broadheads.
Yes.
Then it's really like small flying daggers, and you can actually put up to 6 bolts into here. You just put them in the magazine like so, and then when you shoot them, what you do is you just direct them towards the target, and then you cock them and let go of the cocking lever,
Okay.
and then you shoot. It's super easy, and you can do this again and again, as long as there is still something in the magazine. Very easy.
Okay.
You want to try?
Yes.
Okay.
So okay.
Okay, yes. Now pull back as hard as you can. Harder. All right, now
Yes.
let go of the lever, and now you can simply shoot. Bang! Really
Perfect.
good. Do it again. Let go.
Jetzt krieg ich langsam Gefühl.
And one more. Good job. Okay.
Yes.
Go ahead and shoot. Okay. One more. Great, that was a perfect hit. Okay, Viking Vanity.
Yeah.
How was that? How was the experience?
It's really good. It's really easy to shoot with. Really simple to find the goal. Yes, perfect.
And
For
it
a
was
girl-
not a problem to cock, right? It
No,
was really
no.
easy.
For girl or woman, it's perfect.
Yeah, perfect. And you did well. I think with a little more practice, you would hit bullseye every time.
Yes.
Let's go on to the next weapon. So this is the next one you're going to shoot. It's the EK Archery Vlad. It's also a pistol crossbow, and it shoots the exact same bolts, but it has 8 bolts capacity,
Yes.
so you can put them in the same way. Just load them in like so. You can close this. No, but now you have a shoulder stock that you can press against your shoulder. You have a red dot sight, so it's now easier to aim with it. And it actually cocks differently. You cock the weapon by just doing it like so, and then you push it back all the way,
Yeah.
and close it again, and then the weapon is ready to be fired. Like, oops, safety. So, you want to try?
Yes.
Then-
Okay.
Okay. Now at the rear end, go, 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 go. Right to the front, the safety.
Right. Okay.
Okay. Now carefully take aim. Okay. Yeah, great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I love it. That's amazing.
Once you find out how it works, it's not so hard, right?
Yes.
Okay. Bang.
Ooh, amazing.
Okay, so what do you think about the EK Archery Vlad in
Okay.
comparison to the first
So
one?
the first time it's more weight,
It's heavier,
Yes.
obviously.
and yeah, it's a little bit. The first time it's a little bit hard to push down, but yeah, if you do it the second time, it's much easier, and you
Yeah.
can do it also for a woman. It's really easy.
And this is already the harder bow. I mean, this also comes with removable bow limbs, and you can get lightweight bow limbs as well. So this has significantly more power than the first one that you saw. It's about 3 times as much power.
Okay,
And
but
also,
it feels really good.
yes, and you see there's really a punch. I mean,
Yes.
it really shoots. And of course, with the red dot sight, it is also easier to aim.
Yes.
But it is also heavier and it's not as compact. It just takes more room. And I think in the beginning, you had a little bit too much respect. In the end, you
Yes.
just been treating it like a piece of gym equipment, and then it was much easier for you,
Yes.
right? In
Yeah.
the beginning, you were like kind of careful, right?
Yeah.
So, but I can say that you have no problem cocking this thing.
No,
and
it's
easy
easy.
for you.
Easy for a girl.
Then we'll ramp up the game one step farther.
Yes.
So, this is the next one. It's the famous EK Archery Adder. You heard about that one, right?
Yes, for sure.
It is so successful. I mean, we have now sold 11 containers of these. And each container holds 2,400 of them. And
Wow.
it's just Go Gun. It's also offered by a lot of other companies too. So this is probably the most successful crossbow on the entire market. And for a reason, because it is so powerful and the rate of fire is so high, people just love it. Now this one here has been heavily modified by me. First of all, I put in the magazine that normally comes with the Siege.
Yes.
So it has a few options that, for example, you can change the angle of the scope here, so you can also sight it in over very long distances. And also this one has a folding stock, so you can fold in the stock.
Oh.
It makes it a lot more compact. So it's like for close quarter fighting. And of course also this here can be adjusted. So you can actually shorten it or make it a little longer.
That is
So
nice.
you would probably
Also
need
for
it
me?
shorter, yes, and I would need it a little bit longer. How to cock it is very, very easy. You just hold it like this, put your palm against the butt of this thing, then you grab these 2 lever ends here, the silver ones, with your thumb and your index finger, and you push them back, and then you can easily remove this. And then you push this all the way to the front, really all the way, until you can do this no further. And then you simply close it, and you have the lever effect that helps you cocking it effortlessly.
Yes.
And then, same thing, you aim with it, and then you shoot. You want to give it a try?
Yes.
All right.
For sure.
Okay. All right. Okay. And now with some speed. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
That's exactly how it's done. I think you need to practice that motion
Yes.
a little bit. Wow, really good. All the way. And then close it. Perfect. Excellent. Look at that group. Let me zoom in so people can see your group size. Okay, it seems like this was a little harder for you to get the hang of it, right? The
Yes.
cocking motion, that was
Yes.
a little... But I think, again, you had too much respect. You were
Yes.
too careful.
And it's just a technique.
Uh-huh.
If you know how it works, it's really easy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And how does it feel when you shoot it? It's more powerful, isn't it? It's more satisfying, right?
It makes a lot of fun.
And also very accurate. I mean, we have to bring the target over a little bit to the left, but otherwise the group size is really tiny.
Yes.
So you did really well with this.
Thank you.
Okay, this next one that I'm going to show you is actually an adder too, but it is modified. I mean, and themed. So this is actually a post-apocalyptic anti-zombie version of the adder. How is it different? Well, first of all, it has a normal sighting system that does not require a battery, because I assume in the apocalypse there is no more batteries. So you just have a normal aiming system. Also, as you see, I replaced all the plastic parts because I assume those will be broken after a while with handmade wooden parts. And it also has the so-called skull ejector. So let's say you use this one to ram it into the skull of a zombie.
Yeah.
And then it's stuck. You can't get it out and other zombies are coming. So what you do is you simply recock the weapon one more time, and you see that this thing here slides forward, ejecting the skull of the zombie. And then you can cock the weapon just as normal, and then you can use it to shoot just as easily. Of course, using the iron sights. Yeah, so this is how you shoot it. It is the same model, but of course it's completely different. I also changed it in a way that the arrows in the magazine here are double stacked. This means this one can hold up to 18 bolts, not just 7 like the original adder, which I think in the zombie apocalypse is absolutely important. Since zombies tend to show up in hordes, and then you need more ammo to keep them under control. Do you want to give it a try?
For sure.
Okay. Back, all the way to the front, right?
Oh.
It's easier
Yes.
because I put on a lighter bow. No safety is required. This safety is not automatically engaging. And now you aim, you look through this here, and about this one, the second one is, and then you make sure that the front one is actually in line with this line here. Can you see it? And with the target, of course. Yeah, good job.
Oh.
And you see it also has this hook here.
Yeah. But
So-
it feels good. There's nothing.
And this also
easy.
normally allows you, I mean, it's made for my arms, so it wouldn't work for you. But if I do this, let me show it to you. The advantage is that if I cock it, I can keep it here, and then I can cock it, like so, and do this all by having this thing in my normal position here. So I don't have to take it away from the line of fire. I can aim and shoot, and then I can fire again, just like so. So it has a super high rate of fire, which is also, I think, important in the zombie apocalypse.
It is.
But it's the same adder, of course. It's just heavily modified. And also, I built it for entertainment because I realized that there's no zombie apocalypse going on, but still, nice
But it looks
fantasy.
nice. It looks amazing.
Okay, this is the CIA adder, also a homemade version of it, because it's compact. This is, you can very quickly assemble it, but you can also bring it down so you can put the entire weapon into a suitcase here.
Yeah.
Very simple. Because what you can do is, as you see, I cut off everything that is not absolutely necessary
Yes.
to make this thing as compact as possible. Okay. And in order to assemble it, you simply take the bow, and then you put this one in, like so. You press down on this part, and then you bring the magazine back on. Okay. So you snap it in, you secure it with this thumb screw here.
Yeah.
Okay. Magazine is on. You open the magazine, and then you have these speed loaders that you can put on the weapon, like so. Right? You push this back, and then you load in all the arrows at
okay.
once. And now you got a functional crossbow, which of course is much, much more compact than the original adder is. That's why I call it the CIA adder, because it fits stealthily in one of these cases.
Yeah.
And now, of course, it's just like a normal adder, like so. And of course, it also shoots like a normal adder.
Okay.
Very simple.
Yeah.
The trigger is also homemade. It's a variation that I've done to give it a little more power. So, want to try to shoot this one?
Yes.
It's a little harder to cock, so let's see if you can do it. Same kind of lock mechanism, right? Okay, now bring it back and close it. More speed, yeah. Now you just aim and shoot. Well done. You can handle it, can't you? It's more compact than the other one, is it not?
It's more compact and but it's a little bit more weight. Can I do it again?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Oops. Harder. Okay, now you got it. Bang. Well done. Okay, now we're getting into some serious weapon category, because that is a powerful crossbow. That is a serious hunting crossbow that you can use to hunt like bears and grizzlies and whatever. So it's immensely powerful. But it is so powerful that you cannot cock it with your hands anymore. What you have to do is you have to use a cocking aid. In this case, this cocking rope here, which is really a block and tackle system that makes it possible to control the heavy draw weight of this crossbow. And it is fumbly to load, it doesn't have a magazine, so you only have one shot, but that shot is super powerful.
Okay.
So I'll show you how to load it. Would you hold these bolts for me, please? So first you put it down, like so, and then you put your foot in the stirrup here, and then you have this cocking aid with two hooks, right? And then what you do is you put the middle of the rope in this little notch here, and then you bring down the hooks until they clamp in left and right, like so, into the string of the crossbow. Then you have these two handles, and then you pull it up all the way. It is still hard until you hear this clack. If you don't hear that clack, you haven't cocked it, and then it's dangerous because it will snap back. Once you're done with this, you remove the hooks. Careful to not touch the string too much. And now see how awesome the tension in these bows and these bow limbs is now. You take one of these bolts, and you load it in. And there's one feather that is a different color, and this kind is red, and this one has to go down into the groove, and then you push it back all the way until it really is loaded in all the way. Then you aim with the crossbow. Okay, let me see if I'm in the picture. Step back a little bit for me, please. Okay, you have to again disengage the safety. Take aim, and then you shoot.
Wow.
And the power is awesome. You want to try? Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I give you the cocking rope, and then you push the hooks down
Like
all
this?
the way until they engage over the string, left and right. Now you put your foot firmly into the stirrup, and then you pull up, just like in the rowing machine. More. Yeah, you got it.
Woo!
Hey! Now you disengage the hooks, put this aside.
Okay.
Okay, give it to me. Then you turn around. Don't touch the trigger yet. You see?
Yes.
Red feather down. And push it back all the way. Like so. And now you have to disengage the safety, take aim and shoot. Put this against your shoulder firmly.
Like this.
Where it always is. Okay. Brace yourself, it's because it has a little bit of a kick.
Oh wow, nice. But then will I get it in my face?
No. Okay, go ahead. Bang!
Wow.
That feels like power, doesn't it?
Yes.
So, what do you think about this one in comparison?
Hard to try,
Takes forever to
but
load.
it works.
It works, it has a lot of power.
Yes.
But I much prefer the repeating crossbows. Yes, they're not as powerful, but they're so much easier to handle, aren't
Yes.
they? I think this is still like medieval crossbows. Very hard to cock, and then you have one shot, and then you need a long break.
Yes.
So against zombies, I think it's useless. And even for self-defense, I would not recommend it, because you only have one shot.
Yeah.
And then everybody sees that your shot is gone. And this would make you really vulnerable, would you not agree? So this next one is also a conventional crossbow. As you see, it's fairly compact. But this one does not have to be cocked with muscle power. because you have this air bottle here, and it's the compressed air that actually cocks the weapon for you. And it works like magic. So first what you can do is you can put the bolt in, like so. Put it in. Push it all the way back, like so. And you see it already looks like it would shoot, but it wouldn't. You have this red little button here.
Ah, okay.
And this button actually controls it. Now watch what happens when I push this button forward.
Wow.
See the tension that we now have in this thing here. And now it is cocked and I can shoot. Back a little bit for me, please. Okay. And we shoot.
Wow.
Very, very, very powerful. And now what we do is we push this little button here,
Yeah.
and then the air comes out, and this thing is totally loose, and we can just with 2 fingers move the string into the lock and repeat the entire action. You want to give it a try?
Yes.
Okay, I put the arrow in for you, because with this crossbow is the first thing that you do. Okay, hold the weapon for me, please.
Wow, that is amazing.
Okay. Come a little bit closer to the camera so people can see. All right, now you have this red button in the front. You see?
Yes, I will
Okay.
push it down.
Push it in. Right. Hard.
Wait.
Now the weapon is cocked and ready to be fired.
Wow, that is cool.
Okay, you have to aim through the glass, so take it higher.
Wait. Okay. Now it.
Yeah, you probably have to get closer to the crosshairs with your head. Push your head forward a little bit, as far as you can. You see it? Okay, and then fire. Bang!
Wow.
Very powerful. And look how you hit.
Yay! So cool.
So, what do you think about this weapon?
It's my favorite.
Although I have to say that for you, the stock would have to be a lot shorter.
Yes.
So, because this is obviously made for men, and as you can see, it was not comfortable for you to aim through the telescopic sights here.
Yeah.
So you would want it at least like 4 inches shorter, and then it would be a lot more comfortable to shoot. And it's also heavy, isn't it?
It is.
But not a problem for you, obviously.
No problem for me.
You hit great.
Thank
And
you.
the cocking, of course, is a lot less effort in the cocking. However, it still takes time to load. Much more time than once you learned how to use the repeating crossbows. Right?
Yeah.
So this is why I still think this is a hunting weapon and not something that you would want to use for self-defense.
Yeah.
All right, now it's time for the bows. And we're beginning with the beautiful piece that was given to me by the manufacturer as an anniversary system. So it was, I think they only made 10 pieces of it, because it's the Fenris bow. So, as you see, in the box, with arrows, in beautiful colors. And this is a repeating bow that can shoot up to 5 arrows very quickly. And I adjusted it that I think it's going to fit for you.
Yes.
So first we're going to assemble it. This is the magazine. And that is the magazine that holds 5 of these arrows. And you just have the bow here. And what you can do is, first remove this little thumb screw here. So. And then you can put this into the bow. Just to slide it in, like so. And then you take the trigger part, put the trigger part in here, and then you fix it with the thumb screw. It's only one screw that holds the whole setup together. And that is your repeating bow, pump action. Fetch some arrows, because these collector pieces I don't want to use for shooting, since they're so beautiful. This works really easily, because what you do is you cock it back, and then you can actually hold it with your index finger here, so you actually don't have to hold it just with one arm. So you can hold it comfortably drawn out with 2 arms. As a sighting system, we have a laser. So as you see, there is a laser. And it hits where the laser is pointing at. Very, very, very simple. So how you cock it, you just stretch out the arm, you pull this back, and then you don't have to, but you can use your index finger to hold it. And see, now I can hold it just with my index finger. I don't really need to hold it back like here, but if you hold it with 2 hands, it's incredibly stable. And then you simply fire. And then you push it back to the front, get it back, and fire. And this means that you are so quick with this weapon here. So it's so fast. It's the fastest one that I've ever seen. That was 5 shots. That is something that you can use for self-defense.
Yes.
And if it's empty, you can't cock it on an empty magazine because the lever catches it. Then you have to lift up the lever first. Let's reload it so you can have a try.
Okay.
Okay, Viking, show us how it works.
Okay.
You stretch out the arm and then you cock the bow, and now you can hold it with your front finger. It's easy now, isn't it?
It is.
Now you bring the laser over and then you shoot. Bang. Swing it back to the front, push it back and repeat. Super. How does that feel?
It's amazing.
And look how you're hitting. I think I have to adjust the laser to shoot a little bit higher. Yeah, one more. Now look at that.
Yay.
Look at that group.
That's cool.
Do you have an idea how long you have to practice with a regular bow and arrow?
Minimum a half year.
Have you done this? Have you shot a bow before?
No.
So it's the first time you shot a bow.
Yes.
And that is your result.
Yes.
So, what do you think about this one?
That's my favorite weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Also about the name, but it looks amazing.
So
And
you
it's,
as a Viking, you of course know what the Fenrir is, or in English you would say Fenrir, what it
Yeah.
is, right?
Yes, for sure.
It's gonna eat Odin.
Yes.
At the end of days, it's
Yeah.
Ragnarok. He's gonna eat Odin,
Yes.
and then the world dies.
Yes.
Exactly. And this is what this is doing to archery. A lot of people say. They say it's ending. It's the end of all archery, because why would you have to sit down and learn it and stand up and learn it if you can get proficient in it so quickly?
Yeah. It's amazing. Also, the feeling is amazing. It's so easy to handle.
Uh-huh. And also it's fully adjustable. As you see, I set this up really lightweight for you,
Yeah.
so that it's not so hard to draw out, because
Yes.
I believe that for self-defense you would want a high rate of fire, and you don't need all this power. If you put a hunting tip like a broadhead as a tip on one of these arrows, it will be deadly the way it is now. But it's more important that you can quickly shoot. The harder I adjust these bows, then of course the longer it takes you to cock it.
Yeah.
And some of those, I'm going to show you my strongest one now. And even I struggle to do this, and I've done this before many times.
Okay.
So now we have the same version. It's actually just not the anniversary model, so it's more plain in colors. It's now mounted to a recurve bow. And the difference of a recurve bow towards a compound bow, that's the one that we shot first, is that you see it has a very simple construction. There is no wheels that are called cams, and also it is very easy to disassemble. You can just quickly take the string off, and you can also detach the limbs. So you could put all this in a very small, short little bag. So it's also more collapsible. What it also is it is also a little bit different, because this one is not getting easier to pull like the other one. With the other one you noticed that it was a little hard in the beginning, and then it
Yes.
was very easy.
Yes.
That's called a let-off effect, and that is because these cams are eccentric. So they have the highest point of resistance somewhere towards the middle of the draw, where these here actually get harder to pull the more you pull it back. So it's very easy in the beginning, and in the end it's harder. This is not a heavy bow though, this is just 40 pounds. So it's like the easiest bow that you can use for hunting. But also it is beloved by the preppers because of the simple construction and the easy maintenance. And also because of the overall elegance of the weapon,
Yeah.
which I think it just looks more like
amazing.
archery.
Yeah.
But it works the same way.
Okay.
So let me show it to you how it works, and then you can give it a try.
Okay.
Okay. And you draw it back, and in the end again you use your finger and you just shoot like we've done this before.
Yeah.
And as you see, it also has a different sound. So don't be shocked by this, but it works very much the same way. And it's also, I don't think it's very hard to draw out.
Okay.
You want to give it a try?
Yes.
Fetch the arrows for you. Go ahead. Same thing, draw back. You can fairly easy hold it. Be careful with your breast a little bit. Don't touch the string with it. Yeah. Excellent. First shot. I think this one works even better for you than the first one. And it looks impressive. Wow. One more. I call this is performance. It's pure performance. How do you love this one?
Yeah, it's amazing. It's a little bit, I need a little bit more. Yeah, it's not so easy.
Yes, it's a little bit harder to draw.
Yes,
That's true.
but in the end, it's...
It's very easy to shoot, isn't it?
Yes.
And I also have to say that because it's like almost as tall as you are, it looks very cool when you hold it in your hand.
I love it.
Wow! Okay, so this is the buffalo killer version of that thing. As you see, it looks just like the other one, right? Doesn't really look much different. The difference is in the bow, because this is a high performance bow. It's the Bowtech SR6 Realm, so it's a bow that is made to really hunt big game. And it actually has two different modes where you can set up the cams. And this is the performance mode. So the first one gives you this kind of nice let off where you cock it and then it falls back into place. But in the performance mode you don't have this. In the performance mode this entire technology is just used to maximize energy. So this means it's super hard to cock. But when you master it, the shot power is just amazing. It's out of this world. It's so much more powerful than the one that you shot now.
Okay.
But of course even I struggle with it, or maybe I'm just getting weaker with old age. But we'll see how Viking is gonna handle it. Okay. All right. Step back a little bit. All right. So now cocking is much harder, as you see.
Yeah.
And I forgot to switch on the red dot. So it was in vain. This one doesn't have the laser attached, so I have to aim through the red dot. Okay, again. Okay. And then you aim and fire. Did you see how the target match shook?
Yes.
That's because the impact is way different. It's so much harder. Yeah, okay, this is not gonna work. It's very hard, isn't it? Whoa! Yeah, okay. Yeah, but you see the difference? It's so versatile. You can use it for a lightweight bow. You can use it for a very, very heavy bow. And this bow, actually, I can handle it well when I switch it to the normal regular mode. So I have to turn this around, and then it's so much easier to cock. But in this mode, it is super hard. I think they only did it to be able to advertise with the foot-pounds of energy that you can get with this bow, because this is really very hard to draw.
Yeah, I can see it.
But I always use it to impress my guests. I hope I managed. Okay. Viking vanity.
Yes.
Now we're going over to air guns. And we're starting with one of the most amazing air guns that I've ever seen. This is the one and only, the great, the amazing FX air guns Impact MK3. It's probably the most modern air gun on the market. As you see, it has a huge magazine with lots and lots of shots, I think more than 40, I forgot to count. It has 3 regulators that make sure that the pressure in this bottle here is brought down to just the exact same position, so that every shot is exactly like the previous one, giving you amazing accuracy. So this is the most accurate air gun that I've ever seen. And it may seem very short, but don't forget that the barrel starts here.
Yes.
So this is a so-called bullpup version. So the barrel length is all the way up to here. So it doesn't have a short barrel. It actually has a fairly long barrel, but it is a very compact weapon. It's fairly heavy. It's repeating. This is the repeating system. And typically I like to shoot these things from a rest. And this one we're going to shoot at a 30-meter distance, which is much, much longer than we shot before. It's actually 3 times as long. And we're going to shoot at a tiny target. Let's see if you can do it.
Okay.
You ready?
Yes.
Okay, then have a seat. We do some bench rest shooting. So these are the targets, and these are like biathlon targets. So you can hit them, and then they will fall shut. And this actually is made for the 10-meter distance, but she's going to shoot at the 30-meter distance. Let's see if she can hit something. Yeah.
Yay.
Okay, that's fair enough. I think you got it. So, how was that?
Perfect.
How did it feel?
Really easy.
Very accurate, isn't it? I mean, if you
Yes.
keep in mind how small this target is
Yes.
and how far away it is. So these weapons are in Germany legal, so they're only 7.5 joule. This means it's 5.5 foot-pounds only. And typically those are shot at Olympic distances from 10 meters. And that is 30 meters now.
Yeah.
So it's a really a long distance for such a weak air gun, but I think it's the precision of this thing that is made in Sweden, specifically for this market, that makes it so accurate. And I just love it. I think it's one of the coolest air guns I've ever seen. But we have more air guns.
More?
You want to keep shooting some more?
Yes.
Okay. So the next air gun that we're going to shoot is made by the same manufacturer, and it looks kind of similar, but it's very different because see, these are the pellets that we shot with the previous one.
Yeah, the little ones.
4.5 millimeter, weighing about half a gram, and it's very small. And these are also the ones that in this caliber are used in the Olympics. Now we're going to shoot one that has these. It's 7.62 caliber, so it is of course way heavier and much bigger. The weapon is also Germany legal, but you can of course increase the power to crazy energy if you install the export kit. But even in the Germany legal weak version, it is a lot of fun because it's so much more satisfying when it hits the target, the heavier projectile.
Yeah.
Okay, and we're going to shoot at a shorter distance, this time just at a regular airgun distance.
Okay.
Because that weapon is not really made for this kind of precision. But it's
Okay.
a lot more fun, I think. Because this here is actually the silenced Dreamline in the 7.62 caliber. So this is like NATO caliber, if you want. And again, it has the same energy and it works the same way, but it is so much more satisfying. I'm really anxious to see how you're going to like it. You
We'll
ready?
see. Yes.
And we're going to shoot at that target over there.
Okay.
Otherwise, you know how it works because you've done it before with the other gun.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. And now,
And
touch the trigger to shoot. Bang!
war das die Mitte?
Ja, sieht wie so aus.
Tja.
Dann schieß mal weiter, wieder nach vorne mit dem Hebel. Bang!
Wieder Mitte.
Aha. You're doing great.
Naturtalent.
Now tell me, is this more satisfying than shooting the tiny pellets? When you hear it hitting the target
Yes.
with a really serious bang. Okay, let me reset the target. Please lift up the weapon. This is what she hit! What do you think about this one?
Amazing.
You were amazing. I mean, that kind of hit. So with the first 3 shots, and guys, we didn't try this before. These are the first 3 shots that this woman has done with this weapon. But I also think it's an amazing weapon.
Yeah.
You think it's more satisfying to shoot with a big caliber or is it smaller
Yes,
caliber?
it's better.
Yeah, it's just
Much
more
better.
Ding! And imagine that. The only part that you have to remove is that you have to remove this screw. Then you can take out this part here.
Yes.
And replace it with the export part that is delivered. And then you can actually dial between weak, medium and strong. And if you set it to strong, then this becomes as powerful as a serious firearm. So of course it's not legal to do that in Germany. A lot of people just buy the gun, put it away, and knowing that they can convert it into something deadly within minutes. So a lot of people just do this just in case the zombies come, I guess. But it's also, I think it's the most fun air gun that I have to shoot, except the one that we're going to shoot now.
I'm nervous.
I think this is the one that is most fun. See, it doesn't really look like much, right? But it's not as elegant as the Swedish ones. And this one definitely is not made in Sweden. It comes right from China. But so does an iPhone. So this is the Huben K1 in the 22 caliber. And again, it's Germany legal, but you can easily soup this up. And then you basically have a 22 gun with an integrated silencer, and it's completely semi-auto. Because what you see is that you don't see anything here. There is no cocking lever. Remember this business where you had to cock it
Yes.
to shoot? Not necessary here. It shoots every time you pull the trigger. And it does this as quickly as you want. There is no waiting time. You can just keep it if you want.
Okay.
So it is really fun. The only thing that you have to notice is, because it shoots every time that you pull the trigger, this is the safety. Always engage the safety when you don't want to shoot. So this will mean that if you pull the trigger, it shoots. And this stops it. So this is a key element of the gun.
Okay.
So only disengage it when you're ready to shoot. Faster! Faster! That's more like it. Okay, now it's empty. Of course you got it. You hit it many times. Now the magazine is empty. 19 shots. So I shot this in for a longer distance, obviously, but look at her group. And did you notice how fast she was shooting? Ding, 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 ding. How did that feel?
It was good. It was amazing.
Yeah, I think it's most fun, isn't it? I mean, the ability to shoot so fast. The only pity is that the magazine is empty after 19 shots. So you want 1,000 shots, right?
Yes.
And of course, I think that seriously, if you install the export kit in this thing, or in the US, you buy it already in the open thing. This is a perfect home defense weapon, just because you can shoot so quickly. So if you hold this for a moment, it's no longer loaded, but you can see how fast you can shoot. This is the shot frequency that you can get. This is almost at full firearm, full auto mode. So I think it's the coolest air gun on the market, and so do our customers, because we're completely sold out, and we're hoping that we will get some more of these soon, since it's so cool. Don't you think?
It is.
Okay, so how was that day for you?
Perfect.
We've done a lot of shooting, haven't we?
Yes. We shoot a lot of weapons.
I enjoyed it. I hope you did too.
Me too.
Okay, and you did really well. I have to say, you completely exceeded my expectations.
Thank you.
But of course now the question everybody has is, which one did you like the most?
Oh, for me the weapon Fenris. This
Fenris?
was the colorful one.
The anniversary model, right?
Was
In orange
amazing.
and black.
Yes.
Yeah, and you shot really well with it. But you also shot well with the Recurve version. You hit. good with
Yeah, I
that.
know.
And it looked so good because it was almost as tall as you are. So. Yeah, well, thank you for coming. I really enjoyed it, and it was perfect day here, perfect weather, perfect
Yes,
everything.
I have to say thank you for the day.
Well, it was my pleasure. And guys, don't forget to go to her Instagram. I promise
my
you won't be
YouTube.
disappointed. And your YouTube, everything
Yes.
is linked down there. I promise you won't be disappointed.
Thank you so much.
So now you're going back to training, I guess?
Yes,
Okay. Yeah.
I have to train more.
Well, I do too, but I'm kind of lazy. Seriously, I have to pick up again. I've not been working out for some months now, and I need to restart. And I will at some point. I always do.
Yeah.
In any case, I hope you like this, because that's it for today. Thanks and bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye bye.